Değerli Sport izleyenleri, yanımızda Virtus Bologna'nın yardımcı antrenörü, aynı zamanda Finlandiya Milli Takım baş antrenörü Lassi Tuovi var. Hello, welcome.
Thank you, teşekkürler.
Hoş geldiniz.
Thank you.
You know a little Turkish, we talked about it before starting the interview. So.
Yeah, some words, but even more good memories.
Nice, we'll talk about it in the interview. So I want to learn how you started to become a coach. How was the idea happened?
Yeah, it's a typical story. Actually, I tried to be a player, not very talented, and had an injury when the local club team asked me to help a little bit in the coaching when I was 18 years old. Well, at the end, I never came back on the court, but I started to become studying coaching and working as a kind of a helper in the team, and that's the long story short.
You were so young, by the way, 25 years old, if I'm not wrong.
Actually, I started when I was 18, but I got my first pro contract before 25 years old. It was lucky because I had my own small town club where was not a lot of people, so I had a lot of responsibilities because we were just a few of the coaches, and yeah, that was the beginning of my career.
You were younger from most of the players, so did that have any hard parts?
Well, yeah. Actually, in the beginning, it was like I was more like a helper over there, but it has followed my career almost till today. I still had it 1 year ago in the Eurobasket player in Finnish national team who was older than me, and I still have players in this team in Virtus who are older than me. But I think very soon, hopefully, that's over. But I think coaching is more about your authority, your knowledge, the age. Is a thing, and I'm already being in the business 18 years, so I think the experience is one of the most important things.
Then you become an assistant to Henrik Detman in Finland national team.
Yes.
How was that part? Becoming a coach in national team must be exciting.
Yeah, it was also a luck, but like let's say that I was a video coordinator, and also after a few years get a little bit bigger role in the national team, so it was incredible. Still, I would say that to be a coach, head coach or assistant for your own country is the biggest thing you can reach as a coach, so I'm very proud of that. And now when I'm a head coach, my assistants are Hannu Möttölä and Teemu Rannikko, who were the captains when I started as a video coordinator, so this is a cycle we are building in Finnish basketball.
And then you came to Beşiktaş with Henrik Detman. He came here as a head coach and he took you with him. So you must have a good relationship with him.
Absolutely. He's been my mentor, and I have learned a lot. We became, of course, during the years good friends. Nowadays it's more friendship, and I'm thankful for the rest of my life about the opportunity what he has gave me here and also afterwards in Strasbourg. But that was a crazy time. I don't really remember. I was in US, in Los Angeles, when he called me that, would you be interested to work in Turkey? I said that any time, and 2 days later I landed in Ataturk.
That short time.
Yeah, and we get back to the work immediately, and of course it was a difficult situation for the club, for the team, but it gave me also perspective about coaching job that you need to live in the moment.
And you liked Istanbul so much because he left, but you stayed.
I stood here. I lived in Fulya. I have still things that when I came here last year visit, I wanted to walk the streets in Beşiktaş, in Fulya, all the way around just to get the experience that it was the first place I moved out from Lappeenranta and from Finland. And it's not very logical that after living in a small town in Finland, the first place is a city like Istanbul. So definitely became an important moment and a period of my life.
And being adapted here was a hard period actually, because it's so crowded and so many people here. It's different from Finland, I mean.
Yeah, I learned a lot of cultural things about behavior, also a lot about how to drive a car. So, and of course the kitchen. So there was a learning process on the court, but even more off the court because you need to adapt very fast for different things.
Then Strasbourg journey started for you again with Detman actually. Yeah. He called you again. Was it hard to leave here, Istanbul, Beşiktaş?
I think if there wouldn't be an opportunity, I would like to stay. Then they changed the coaching staff. Saric came with his own staff, so there was not an opportunity. And then one door closes, another one opens. Strasbourg became my home for 6 years. So at the end, you never know what happens next. And I'm honest, I really wish that in one day I can live in Istanbul again and discover it more.
I hope, we all hope so, because it's a nice city. So.
Absolutely.
And then bad things happened. The car hit Henrik Datman and he couldn't work, but you still stayed. You worked with Vincent Collet. So you worked with different people. You get adapted so easily. I mean, from different cultures. One of them is Finland, one of them is Turkish, one of them is French.
Yeah, I've been very lucky. After Detman, I worked with Vincent Collet for 3 years. It was a basketball university, the French national team head coach in Strasbourg. So I learned a lot. And that was the main reason after I finished my job in Strasbourg as a head coach, why I wanted to come and become an assistant for a short time again to go and learn. And I'm super lucky to work with Coach Pankki here, because he shares a lot. He's very experienced, passionate. So I think as a young coach, as I still see myself as 37 years old, you got to learn every day. And the best way to learn is from somebody who has really the experience.
How did you react when you first heard the head coach opportunity that came up to you?
Well, it was a shock, of course. I think the coaching is teamwork. So for me and Collet over there, we were staff working together. It was not his fault. It was our bad period. And then you just need to go and do your best. At the end, it was short time because COVID came, and then I was lucky enough that the club trusted me, and also lucky that the lockdown time I was able to prepare the next season, my first full season as a head coach. So I've had a lot of luck in my life.
And I want to talk a little bit about Finland national team, because you have like really talented player there, Markkanen. He's an NBA player, but he gets adapted so easily when he comes back here. What is the secret there? Because in Turkey, the Turkish players who play in NBA, when they come to Turkish national team, they don't get adapted so easily.
I think the biggest secret is that Lauri has gone through the youth national team program, and we have a certain identity on court, off court, how we behave, how we also play basketball. So the way we're playing is similar from youth national team till the men's national team, and that's why Sasu Salin, who's now captain of the team, came after 2 practices from under 20 national team and played in the men's program 2011, so a long time ago. But it's easier for those players to come and join the men's national team since they have the same habits already. Lauri's secret is that Lauri is a super smart person and a player. He respects everybody, and even though he's a superstar, he likes to be with the group, with the guys, and pass the ball. So that's why I think it's looking so easy.
And you also keep track of some NCAA players. So you're not only in the European basketball business, you keep track from the States too.
Yeah, that's a big thing for us. We have had a history of it. Also, Lauri went there. Now we have a new kids back in from Hannu Möttölä and Utah. So we really trust that. On the other hand, you know, there's not a right way to do. So for some players, it's a good road. For some players, the different road is better. So we need to treat people as, you know, independent, like everybody are different. And but for sure, the college basketball has gave us a lot of, you know, good education for Finnish basketball.
Do you have any players from there that you want to bring here, maybe one day?
Absolutely, there's coming a lot of potential player. I hope all the basketball in Europe see them more in next summer in Olympic qualifiers, and I think Finnish basketball has a bright future. And
then Virtus Bologna. You came here with Luca Banchi. He came after you when you left as a head coach.
Yes.
So you have a relationship with him, you know him.
Yes.
How is the environment here in Virtus Bologna?
Absolutely great. I think for me it's a first time really a situation where you have to win. They have passion, they want to be the best every day. And this is something that drives you a lot. Then, meanwhile, as I said, going with the new coach who joins the club, you gotta just help and do everything what it needs that, you know, we're successful. I feel that with Luca it has been great, but even more that to feel the passion of the club, the history, it's something that, like in Besiktas, you don't know it before you are insider.
If I'm not out of line, I want to ask something. Most of the coaches won't accept the idea of being the assistant after being a head coach. What was your motivation there when you were accepting this offer for Virtus Bologna?
I think you got to learn every day, and that was an opportunity to learn. Also, I think to become a better coach and ready for the highest level of basketball, I wouldn't be ready to coach in France if I wouldn't work with Collet 3 years and learn from him. So to be ready to be in the highest level, you got to learn first, not to jump directly on it. And I really think that the coaching is a teamwork. I don't care about really the titles and the roles. To be part of the staff is the main thing. But for sure, one day back to the head coach is the passion.
We hope so. I am sorry if I'm out of line. I'm sorry about the question because most of the people wouldn't accept the offer. I wondered.
It's a valid question, and I think it's something that, you know, I do my way. I feel still very, very good about it, and it was definitely the right decision when I'm sitting now here and with these great people.
And Virtus Bologna was the dark horse this year. I mean, you have so many veterans, but still, you guys don't get tired. What is the secret there? I mean, we weren't waiting for you guys to be in the top 4.
I think we want to prove. I think somebody might read the articles, listen to people talks, that's the thing, that especially when you have the veteran players, they want to still show, they want to prove that people are wrong. That's what we want to do every day, also today in Fenerbahce, and that drives us, you know, to have a good weeks.
And lastly, I have a question from Istanbul. What did you miss the most? Çiğ köfte, kebab, or künefe?
I think overall the good dinner here, the long night with starting, I would even say the mese, maybe a little bit rocky on the side, so that would be a great way to start the night.
Thank you for this interview and thank you for your time. We hope to see you back in Beşiktaş or some Turkish club one day.
Hopefully.
Thank you. Teşekkürler.